Beep beep everybody, hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. So this is my 500th YouTube video and I wanted to do something special for it, and so we're going to cover miscut baseball cards, a topic that has come up in many of my eBay finds videos, where I usually find something weird on eBay and I always buy them. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a miscut baseball card from my collection from each year from 1948 to the current year of 2025. Some years there will be more than one card. I have them in different, the miscuts are in different arrangements where it's like up or down, left or right, diamond cut. Some have more than one thing off to the side. In order to make this video, they need to have a portion of another card shown, or some of the stuff that's printed along the border of the sheet, in order to make this video. I think I may have one card in here that doesn't qualify, but I'm going to show it anyway. So yeah, let's dig right into it. The first thing I want to show is something that predates 1948. This is my oldest miscut baseball card. It's from 1933 Goudey. This is Bernie James. It has a little portion of the card above it on the sheet. It's not like a really amazing miscut, but it's a miscut nonetheless. I don't know how far back you could find the oldest miscut card. I have seen T206 cards that are miscut, plus a number of other minor regional sets from the early 20th century. I have yet to see one from the 19th century, but I'm pretty sure they exist. So let's dig right into 1948. Our first card is 1948 Bowman Johnny Mize, and as you can see, you could portion of the card right to the right here, and this is what the back one of that looks like. Doesn't show any text of the card next to it, but this is where we start off with 1948. I don't have a 1949 Bowman, but I do have a 1949 card from Japan. This is from the Yakyu Shonen San Francisco Seals Japan Tour game set, which was issued in a Japanese magazine called Yakyu Shonen, which stands for Baseball Boy, and these were issued in sheets in the magazine. So this is actually a hand-cut card off of one of those sheets, and whoever cut it cut off this card off to the right here. This player is Akira Noguchi, and that's what the back of that looks like. On to 1950. We got a 1950 Bowman Del Crandall. There's a very small portion of the borderline of the card to the right. I don't know if you can make that out real well. And there's the back of that, and you can see some of the text up at the top might be cut off of that one. I have one other 1950 Bowman, and this one is Sheldon Jones, and it has part of the border on the top. So here's one that goes up and down, and one that goes left and right with the miscuts. Next one is 1951 Bowman, showing a portion of the card below. This is Ken Johnson. The back of it shows a little bit of the text. I guess that card below would have been Jim Busby. On to 1952. We have a 1952 Topps Ken Holcomb, portion of the card below, and you can see some of the edge of another card here on the back. Next card is 1953 Bowman Color. This is Al Lopez, showing a portion of the card above, and you can see some of the card over here. 1953 Topps Fred Hutchinson. Some of the card is shown above, and you can see a little bit of the text for the card above here, and based on that circle above, the backs must have been flipped like this, I guess. 1954 Bowman, we got Dave Williams. See the card below, card to the right on the back. 1954 Topps Dave Jolly, portion of the card below, and some of the text from the card to the right, to the left here on that one. 1955 Bowman, this is Johnny Antonelli. You can see this little border here where it should have been cut, and there's a portion of the TV card to the left there. And on the back you can see some of this card over here. 1955 Topps Art Fowler. There's a little bit of slither of the card next to it to your left. And there's a little tiny bit of text over here. So some of these aren't really egregious miscuts, but you know, I'm always looking for the wild ones, but I don't always have them. This is Bob Porterfield. This is 1956 Topps. There's a portion of the card that's above it in the sheet visible, and you can see some of the text from that card up there on the back. 1957 Topps. This is Tom Acker. Card to the right, and there's a portion of another card below on this one. 1958 Topps Ryan Duran. There's a portion of a card up above. You can see that it's cut off down here. And there's a portion of a card over here. And also from 1958, I have one that's sideways, Ed Roebuck. You see a portion of the card to the right. And there's just a little bit of that card down there. So two different varieties right there. 1959 Topps Frank Thomas. There's a little slither of a card on the bottom, and just tiniest bit of text or this number box here to the right. 1960 Topps Kurt Simmons. A little bit of a card off to your right, and a little bit of it here on the back to the left. Also from 1960 Topps, this is our first diamond cut card. And what I mean by diamond cut, they always refer to these as diamond cuts, as the cuts are on an angle. And you can see a slither of the card above, and the same on the back. All right, next one, 1961 Fleer Baseball Greats. This is red roughing. There's a portion of the card up above, and nothing on the back, so that's one that's just on the front. 1961 Topps Wally Post. Whole side here of a card, and you can see that portion of the card above Wally Post card there. 1962 Topps Don Clendenin. Portion of a card to your left, and down here below, I guess that is Bob Lillis. 1963 Fleer Clay Dalrymple, part of a card below. And you can see the white portion. This is like a white rectangle, I guess, with a green border. And you can see the white portion of the card below. 1963 Topps Hal Brown. You can see some of the card below. And you can see the text here is upside down. So these must have been flipped every other row on the sheet. Sort of like what 1986 Topps was like. And here you can see a portion of a card here, and you see this box part will go up here, so it's flipped on the back as well. So that's kind of interesting to know. 1964 Topps Jim Coker. Nothing going wrong on front, but on the back we actually have 4 different cards shown. Jim Landis. Maybe that is Jim Coker up there. I should have checked the stats to see if that was him or not. But you see portions of another card here and another one there. So 4 cards are showing on the back of this one. Don't run into these very often when they show more than one card. Frank Larry, 1965 Topps. A little bit of the card below, and you can see some of that card to the right on the back. 1966 Topps. This is Sonny Siebert, showing a big chunk of the card below, and there's it is on the right. And we also have another 1966 Topps showing a card where you have a portion to the left here, a sideways one, and this one is also a diamond cut, and you can see the back of that one there. 1967 Topps. We've got Jim Cott. This one's showing just the border to the left, and you can see some of the card here. And I have another 67 one showing it up and down. This is Ken Boyer, and there's the back of that one showing a portion of another card there. 1968 Topps. We got a couple of these. Dave Ricketts. Pretty nice one here. Big chunk of another card down below, and there's what the back of that looks like. I guess that's Jake Gibbs is the card below. Here's another one from 68 sideways, Fred Talbot. Big chunk of card to the left there, but on the back, it's just Fred Talbot. There's nothing else visible, so that one is just an off-center back. 1969 tops, we got Randy Hundley showing a big chunk of card down here. Here's one of those lines they printed on some cards. I don't think they did this every year, but that's indicate where the cutter should have sliced it. And there's the back showing a portion of another card. Here's another 1969 tops card, Joe Horner. Notice there's no line between those two, but it's also showing portion of the sheet border text, slit B. So that's got like three things going on with it. The regular card, another card, and portion of the border. 1970 tops, we got Sid O'Brien with a portion of the card below. And there's the back of that. Here's another 1970 tops card showing the ERA leaders of the National League, Marichal, Carlton, and Gibson. And you can see Larry Dierker's name above. And there's the back of that one. 1971 tops, we got Sal Bando with Rich Morales showing below. And there's the back of that. It's cutting off both players' faces, mostly in half on the back. 1972 tops, we got George Foster with the 71 AL Playoffs card below him. And there's the back of that one. 1973 tops, Tony Taylor with the card below. That's what the back of that looks like. Here's also 73 tops, Steve Yeager showing dashed lines across the bottom here for where they should have cut the border of the sheet off. From what I understand, they usually cut the borders off first before they cut the cards out. And there's the back of that, and you can see down here the black is printed this far down on the sheet. 1974 tops, this is the set that I have the most miscuts for. Here's Willie Davis showing another card below, and there he is on the back, and that card below is number 130. I'd have to look that up to find out who it is. Here's Tom Bradley on a diamond cut one showing border with side B written or printed on it. It also has a neat little printing orb here above the O. It kind of looks like, what do they call those? It's Scandinavian language that has a little O above vowels. I think it's called an angstrom, but I'm not sure if that's correct. There's the back of that. Here's another 74 tops card with a checklist above, the card below, and asterisk to the left. So that's part of the border. I guess that's Cecil Cooper. That's the card below. This is from 74 tops traded. This is Larry Gura. And there's the back of that one. 1975 tops. This is Jerry Moses. He wasn't playing for the Giants, I believe. That's a Tigers uniform. And there's the back of that. Here's Bob Moose showing a card to the side. Here's Rennie Stennett showing some border stuff, side A and S period GU and all row of asterisks. That GU might stand for the word gutter. I'm not real sure. There's the back of that. Here's another 75 tops card showing Astros team card and another team card next to it. And there's the back of that one. Another 75 tops. This is George Hendrick. Nothing wrong with the front other than being off center. But on the back it shows portions of 4 cards. And it doesn't show George Hendrick as far as I can tell at all. It's got Gene Locklear on the back. But as you can see, there's a portion of the card to the left, one below, and one right down here in the corner. So 4 cards showing on the back, and the front is perfectly fine other than being off center. The Topps Mini stuff from 1975 also exists in Miscuts, and here's one of Bernie Carbo. I think I showcased this on one of my past eBay finds. There's 4 cards showing on the front, and it's, all crooked. There's a card below, a portion of a card right here, and a portion of a card right there, and the back also shows 4 different cards. Pretty neat one there. Here's another one from the minis. This is Bud Harrelson's above and Bob Bailey is below. You can see a little bit of the border over here, so that's got 3 on the front, and it also has 3 on the back. Here, here, and here. 1976 Topps, Buddy Bell. Card below, card to the right. Here's one that's sideways, Bob Davis rookie card. And here's one that's a little more interesting, Bernie Carbo again, this time with a checklist below and some asterisk up here to your left. Another one from 76, Pete Broberg. This shows a series of numbers to your right, 3332 10016, and the back actually looks fine. And here's another one from 76. Slit A is listed on the border here. You can see a little bit of where they might make a cut right up here. I think I've seen some sheets where that's displayed. 1976 tops traded, Milt May. $1977 Hostess. Now, these were printed, I guess, on a Hostess box, and they were meant to be hand cut out, and whoever cut this didn't know how to use the scissors correctly, I assume, because they've got portion of Glenn Abbott below and some of Brian Downing above. So that is pretty weird, and here's the back of that. Also from 77, this is from Topps. This is Larry Lintz, showing a card below, and there's the back of that. Here's one that's sideways with Rick Monday. Here's one there's no problem on the front for Joe Ferguson, but on the back is Miscut. Pablo Torrealba is below him. 1978 Topps, we got Jack Brohamer, checklist below. Here's one that's sideways, Steve Foucault. It's got Mike Garman. Oh, that's Steve Foucault there. The Mike Garman must be this card here, I guess. The names were down below. I almost thought that was the wrong pack. Sorry. Greg Gross, nothing wrong up front, but miscut on the back. This is a weird one. This might be a proof. I'm not sure. You can see it's cut way around where it should be cut for Phil Necro. You can see the dash here and the dash here for where the cutting machine should be making the cuts. And there's what the back of that looks like. It also has these cut lines here. I'm not sure why this card was ever cut like this. Maybe somebody had a full sheet and they did this to it. I don't know why. Or maybe at the factory they really made a big mistake, or this is just a proof, you know, before production, just to check to see what's going on with it. Who knows how that card came to be. I have seen other examples of that out there. 1979 Galasso Glossy Greats. This is Chuck Klein and Jimmy Fox. And there's the back of that one from Renata Galasso. These were printed by TCMA, I believe. 1979 Topps Carl Yastrzemski. Here he is up here, card below, and the slither of a card to your left. And on the back, it's just him and another card. So 3 on the front, 2 on the back. All right, this is a weird one. This is also from 79 Topps. This is a checklist on the front, but on the back is actually a 1978 Topps back that's miscut with Ellis Valentine. I've seen some anecdotal evidence on forums that this may have been like pre-production run of these, where they still had some sheets with 78 backs, but the fronts were blank, and they printed the 79 stuff on the front as a test run. And word has it that I guess somebody found this stuff in a dumpster somewhere and made off with it. Here's another one. This is Paul Russell with a 78 back of Lou Brock that's miscut. 1980 Topps. Tim Johnson, Lee May below him. There's the back of that one. This is an interesting one from 1980. This is Bill Bonham. They had to double print cards because 726 didn't fill out the sheets, and they made 2 rows identical on this particular sheet. So it's Bill Bonham here, and below him is another Bill Bonham card. This also has a neat printing orb right here above his cap, which I think is pretty cool. And there's the back of that one. 1981, we got Donruss, Joe Morgan with Omar Moreno above. And there's the back of that. You can see the border above. Here's another one from Donruss of that year. Bobby Cox, there's a card to your right, and Tom Seaver above. And probably there's a card up there, and you can see it more on the back because the border goes more to the edge. So you got 4 cards on the back. 1981 Fleer, Terry Forster, card to your left. There's the back of that one. Gary Matthews must be that other card. Here's another one with a row of B's to your left. Joe Sambito. And there's the back of that. Another one from 81 Fleer. Dick Ruthven. Perfectly fine up on the front, but on the back, miscut. 1981 Topps. We got Rich Gale. Card below. 4 cards showing on the back. You can see a slither of the one up here. Just the tiniest slither up here in the corner, and then a card over here. But on the front, those other 2 cards can't be really seen. 1981, we're still on. Rick Waits with a row of asterisks to his left. Here's 1981 Topps Traded. This is Carlton Fisk with the part of a card below. And there's the back of that one. 1981 Topps Coca-Cola, Pete Rose with a card to your left. The back looks fine, though. 1982 Donruss, Bob Horner with a card below him. And there's the back of that. 1982 Fleer, Dennis Eckersley and Carney Lansford. This is a pretty cool one. It's like half and half. And there's the back of that. Always like them when they're half and half. They're really neat when they look like that. Cliff Johnson, no problems up front, but on the back, yeah, John Ellis appears down here and Cliff is above. 1982 Topps, Gary Hancock with a card below. So as you can see, we're up to 1982, and we started in 1948. So quality control has been something that's gone on for a long time. Well, lack of it, I mean. Sid Manji on front. Ed Farmer's on back, and it's also a miscut. George Foster in action, and there's the back of that one, showing portion with Bobby Grich. 1983 Fleer, Dan Spillner and Ron Hasse, and there's the back of that. 1983 Topps, Pat Underwood, showing a card below, and there's the back of that. Here's one that's sideways, Bake McBride. Back of that one. This is 1983 52 reprint. This is Ken Wood. I remember when these came out, I bought, this is from one that I actually bought myself, and back in 1983, I think the price on these was, I'm going to say between $40 and $50. I don't remember. And this was considered sort of like premier reprint of the 52 set. The only major difference is that it's a different size. It's the regular 3.5 by 2.5. But on the back, let's see, it says 52 reprint series here. There's a little bit of the card above. So even for premier sets, Topps has problems. 1984 Donruss, Bucky Dent, little bit of a card above. There's the back of that one, showing a portion of the card to the right. 1984 Fleer, Andre Thornton, some of the card over here. There's the back of that. Let me get my laptop to keep up with me there. I have notes on all of these just in case I forget what's going on. 1984 Topps, Tony Scott, looks like Charles Hudson below him. There's the back of that one. In fact, I think that's a Charles Hudson rookie card. Renee Martin, card to your right. The back's fine, though. Don Sutton, this is a diamond cut. There's a little bit of the card to your left. Left. And there's the back of that. 1985 O-Peachy, this is Tom Seaver with a little bit of the card above. The back doesn't show any other card, although it's way off center. 1985 Topps, Bob Kearney, a little bit of the card below. There's the back of that. Here's one that's sideways from 85, Luis Leal, and it has a nice little pink printing orb on his shoulder there. And there's a little bit of the text up there for the card next to it. Ron Guidry, nothing wrong with the front, but on the back it's way off. Frank LaCourte is down below. 1986 Donruss, we got Gary Ward and the card below. There's the back of that. Another 1986 Donruss, this is Dusty Baker, diamond cut. There's a portion of the card to the left, and there's what the back of that looks like. 1986 O-Pee-Chee, Lee Lacy, showing a little bit of the card above. His name is cut off at the bottom. There's some of the card over here to the left. 1986 Pro Cards, Randy Braun. This is a minor league card for the Calgary Cannons. You can see some of the card below. But on the back, you don't see anything from that other card. 1986 Topps, Toby Hara and Gary Gaetti. As you can see, they flip the cards every other row in the arrangement that they have on the sheet. So that's a nice example of how that looks. Here's one that's sideways from 86, Greg Pryor. The back is okay, though. This is also from 86. This is Quaker Chewy Granola Bars. Small box set from Topps. Fernando Valenzuela with the card below. And there's the back showing some of the card there. 1987 Donruss. This is a diamond cut. I don't know why I put this one in here. It shows, like, I guess, a little bit of a slither of a card up here. 1987 Fleer. This is showing the border here, a blank border for Alfredo Griffin, and there's the back of that one. This is an insert from 1987 Fleer for the All-Star Team set. This is Steve Sachs. You can see some of the text for the card above right there. And you can see some of it up here too. This is also from 87. This is Fleer Update, though. This is Thad Bosley. And there's the back of that one. U-7 is the card next to him. This is also from 87. This is Fleer Star Stickers. Jack Morris. You see portion of the card to your left. And there's the back of that. 1987 Topps. This is almost a 50-50 card here. Bo Diaz. And there's the back of that one. Here's an 87 Topps one showing the border with dashed lines where a cut might be made, but you see the dashed line is below where they should cut it, because if they cut it at that dashed line, it would still show some of the border. Not sure why that was that way for that particular card. Diamond cut Julio Franco, showing a little bit of the card to the right. Another 1987 Topps Rick Aguilera. Nothing wrong with the front, but the back shows Jerry Willard and it's miscut. 1988 Donruss. We've got Scott Bankhead, some card below. And there's the back of that, showing some card to your right. Another one from 88, Vance Law, showing the white border to your right and down here below. 1988 Fleer, Mark Ryle, showing portion of the card to the left. And there's the back of that one. And this is one of the team stickers that came in Fleer packs. This is also from 88. You can see portion of the card next to it. And on the back, you can see, portion of a card down here for the back. So even miscuts occurred to some of these ephemeral things that were added to packs. 1988 Score, basically a 50-50 card. Gary Ward on the top, and I think Nick Asaski on the bottom. 1988 Topps Bob James. 1988 Topps Traded Robin Ventura, just a slither of the card below. I believe that's his rookie card. 1988 Topps Traded Dave Parker, fine on front, but the back shows a big hunk of the sheet edge with some, I guess, indication of where to make the cut over there to your left and lower left corner. 1988 Topps KB, nothing wrong with the front of Dwight Evans, but on the back it's miscut. 1989 Donruss, Jim DeShays, showing border here with a little slit here for where they make the cut on the card. There's the back of that, again showing the border, and there's a little dash there where they're supposed to make the cut. Let me get my notes in order here, so I know what I'm talking about. This is 1989 Star, Dira Clark. This is a minor league card, showing portion of the card to the left. There's the back of that. I guess there's nothing wrong with the back. This is also from the same set. This is Brian McRae, showing a portion of the card above him. and the back is way off center and a little bit cut off on the right. 1989 Topps Tom Candiotti, showing the card to the right, and the back looks fine on that one. Danny Jackson All-Star, nothing wrong with the front, although it has a little printing orb right here, but the back is way miscut. Another 1989 Topps card. This is Padres leaders. I guess that's Gary Carter there. I think that's Benito Santiago. And on the back is half the card and half of the board or the sheet edge. And you see some sort of a plus sign here for where they make the cut. 1989 Upper Deck, Mike Moore. I think this is Nick Asaski again on your right. And there's the back of that. 1990 Donruss, Eric Davis, showing a little bit of the card below. The back doesn't show anything wrong, I guess. 1990 Fleer, Tim McIntosh, with a little bit of the player to the left there, and there's the back of that. Here's another 1990 Fleer, showing 4 different cards on the front and 4 different on the back, and that is Herman Gonzalez right here. Gary Wayne is above. Tim Cruz is this one over here, and I don't know who that is up there. I'd have to go out in the internet and see if there's pictures of the sheets out there to find that out. 1990 Topps, we got Craig McMurtry. There's the back of that. Here's another 90 Topps, this time showing the sheet edge, and you can see they have the dashed line into the design, so that's where it should have been cut. And there's the back of that. 1991 Fleer, Bill Long to your left, and I'm not sure who's to your right. Back is fine on that one. 1991 Stadium Club, Juan Samuel, showing a portion of the card to the right. And there's a portion of the next card down at the bottom. 1991 Topps, Tim Costo. And there's the back of that. And let's see if I can get this one out. It's really small. 1991 Topps Micro, Craig Lefferts. You can see a little bit of the card to the right. And there's the back of that. Little teeny weeny card. 1991 Topps Toys R Us Rookies. Diamond Cuts, portion of the card to your right. And there's the back of that. That's Steve Avery. Classic. This is 1992. This is Roger Clemens with part of David Cohn's card above. And there's the back of that one. 1992 Donruss Lou Whitaker, Diamond Cut, a little bit of the card to the left. There's the back of that. Here's another 92 Donruss, Carlos Garcia. And there's the back of that. 1992 Ultra. This is a 4-card front, Ron Karkovice. You can see card here, card here, card here, and that one. And on the back, it's the same arrangement, although it's a little hard to see. This is when they started making cards without proper borders where the photo went all the way to the edge of the card. So as you can see, they really needed to cut these accurate in order to make these cards. But here's one where they made a big boo-boo. 1993 Fleer Atlantic. This is Gary Sheffield. And there's the back of that one. 1993 Leaf. This is Darryl Strawberry. There's a card to your left. And a card over here. This is also 93 Leaf, but this is an insert called Heading for the Hall. This is Tony Gwynn. You can see some of the card to the right. And there's the back of that one. You can see a portion of another card above him. 1993 SP Scott Erickson. You can see a card to your left. And there's the back of that, showing a portion of another card to your right. 1993 Stadium Club, Ramon Martinez, showing a slither of another card above him. And there's the back of that one, showing a portion of another card to the right. 1993 Topps pre-production sample, Kenny Lofton above, Barry Bonds below, basically a 50-50 cut. And there's the back of that, and there's the pre-production sample thing that was printed on these. 1993 triple play, Mickey Tettleton. A little bit of the card above. It's kind of hard to see with the red on black. And there's the back showing a little bit of the card to the left. 1993 Upper Deck. This is Chipper Jones, a diamond cut. And then you can see some of the card to the right. And there's the back of that. 1994 O-Pee-Chee, Felix Jose. You can see some of the card to the right that doesn't belong there. And there's the back of that showing the portion of a card that shouldn't be there as well. This is a weird one from 1994 Upper Deck. It shows Randy Myers below, Bobby Bonilla above, and it's got the stamped text of Blue Jays and Ed Sprague here. So Ed Sprague should have been in this position, but he was not. But it is Ed Sprague on the back. And the back, I don't see any. Oh, yeah, no, the back is fine. Okay, it's just got a weird front and the embossed stamping of the text. Wow. That one's a doozy. 1995 Fleer. Let me get my notes in order here. This is Greg Gagne, showing a little bit slither of the card to the right. And the back shows another card up here above. 1996 Leaf, Mark McGuire. There's just a slither of another card to the left. You can see it mostly down here in the lower left corner. Nothing else wrong with that. 1996 Pinnacle. This is Cal Ripken, showing just a slither of the card above, and you can see his name's been cut off at the bottom. And the back shows a slither of another card up at the top here, and some of the copyright stuff is cut off at the bottom. 1996 Pinnacle Summit. Richard Hidalgo, showing different boxes of color that's sometimes printed on the borders of sheets to your left, and on the back has the same thing to your right. Pretty cool. 1997 Topps. This is Andy Bennis. You can see it's cut off over here, but I think this is one of the cards where I'm not showing another card. And the back is fine on that one. But there's like little black marks down here in the two edges where I guess the cut lines on the sheet edge are. Ruben Sierra. This is 1997 Ultra. You see a big chunk of the card to your right. And there it is to the left there. Off to 1998, we got Finest. This is Derek Lee. Nothing wrong with the front. But the back is like Cecil Fielder down here, and I don't know if that's Derek Lee above him or not. 1998 Topps, we got Gary Sheffield, a slither of a card to your right. And the back is showing the same thing going on down here below. 1999 Finest, this is Tony Gwynn, showing a portion of the card below. And there's the back of that, also showing some of the card below. 1999 Sports Illustrated, Chan Ho Park, showing portion of the card below. And I think these were printed by Fleer, and portion of the card to the left. 2000 Skybox Dominion, this is Ryan Roop. This is a 4-card front. You can see up here, over here, and over here. And the back is actually Brady Anderson. Another one from Skybox Dominion. This is Dan Reichert and Mark Quinn, showing 4 cards on the front. You see portion of one here, up in this corner up here, and another portion of a card over here. And the back is Juan Encarnacion. Neat looking, isn't it? 2000 Ultra. This is Marty Cordova. There's a card to your left. And here's the back of that. So we are now entering the 21st century, and we're still coming across miscuts. This is from 2001 Topps Chrome. This is Carlos Febles. And you can see portion of the card below, and you can see the outline of where the player should have been positioned on this and the name. And as you can see, it's all shifted up. And there's the Topps Chrome logo up there and where its border should be. The back is fine now. All right, on 2002 Fleer Focus, this is Rich Garces. You can see a portion of the card from above. His name is printed on top of the Boston Red Sox thing. So they were putting silver text after the printing of the photo part. Nothing wrong with the back as far as I can tell. 2003 Upper Deck, Albert Pujols, showing a little bit of the card below. And on the back, it's kind of just cut off up at the top here. 2004 Upper Deck, Power Up Shining Through insert. This is Roy Halladay, a diamond cut, showing portion of the card to the right. And there's the back of that one. 2005 Donruss Zenith, showing a portion of the border here where there's multiple color boxes. And the back also has the same problem off to the right. And that's a diamond cut of Tom Seaver. Let me get my notes moving down here. 2006 Topps Heritage, Kevin Millwood. Nothing wrong with the front, but the back shows portion of another card to your left. 2007 Topps, this is Manny Acta, showing portion of the sheet border below. And the back is doing the same thing here. Also from 2007 Topps, the Pirates team, a sort of a diamond cut. You see two of the red dots above go to the card above. And there's the back of that one. 2008 Upper Deck Timeline. This is Rich Hill, showing a portion of the card to the left. And here you're seeing a portion of another card to your right. 2009 Topps 206, Jeremy Hermida, showing a portion of the card to the left. This is a diamond cut. And there's some of the card to the right on the back. Next one is 2009 Upper Deck Grady Sizemore, showing some of the card to the left. And here's some more to the right. 2010 Topps, the cards your mom threw out, George Brett, showing a portion of another card below. And there's the back showing that same thing at the bottom. 2011 Topps, this is Roy Halladay. There's a portion of the card to your left. And this is what the back looks like. So as you can see, miscuts are still happening. 2012, this is Bowman Platinum, Hanley Ramirez. There's somewhat of a little bit of a card below that's not his. And you can see it also on the back. 2013, this is Panini Hometown Heroes, Paul Konerko. There's a piece of a bat here that belongs to the card to the right. And as you can see, his hands have been cut off on the left. The back, you don't really see a portion of another card, but you can tell it's way off center. 2014, this is Sports Illustrated for Kids, Troy Tulowitzki. This was issued in a magazine, and these were perforated, so you I guess pulled them apart, and you can see the perforation cut down here is into the card design, and you see some of the card above. So instead of getting a pair of scissors and cutting this correctly, the person that had this just went ahead and went through the perforations. So there must be some more of these out there. That's what the back looks like. 2015, Anthony Rizzo. You can see Chicago Cubs is cut off here. You can't really see what's going on above, but on the back, you can see there's another card here. So this is probably the border for another card above him there. 2015 Topps Opening Day, Alex Rodriguez, showing portion of the border below. And you can see a little line here if they were still making lines on the edges for where these cuts should be made. And there's the back also showing the same detail. 2015 Topps Update Tape Measure Blast. This is Reggie Jackson, showing a portion of another card to your left. And there it is back here. As you can see by WW11, when they were making these sheets for these inserts, they had multiple different insert sets on the same sheet because this numbering is different from this numbering. So that's interesting to know about. 2016 Top Scooter Gennett. You can see there's another card below and the text is upside down, so these were flipped every other row. And there's the back there. 2016 Topps Heritage Johnny Peralta. There's a little bit of the card to the left. And here's something like this. And this kind of reminds me of, 1960s cards that we saw earlier. So that's kind of neat to see that was still going on today. 2017 Topps Edwin Diaz. You can see somewhat of the card below. And here it is to the right here. It's more obvious when the backs have different colors. 2017 Topps Tony Cingrani. This is a diamond cut. You can see a big hunk of the card above. And there's the back of that. Pretty neat. 2018 Topps Scott Schebler. There's a slither of the card to your left. And you can see some of it up at the top of this one on the back. Ryan Zimmerman. This is 2019 Topps. You can see some of the card above. And here on the back, you can see some of the card to your left. 2020 Topps Jose Osuna. There's a portion of a card below. And you can see that same card over here. And you can see they're flipped here because the numbering is different. It's up here and up here. So, yeah, this is somebody's legs. So these were flipped also on the front. Spencer Torkelson. This is 2021 Bowman Chrome Prospects Mojo Refractor. You can see a section of the card to your left. And you can sort of make out that there's another card here because of where the design ends. 2021 Donruss. This is the Independence Day parallel. You can tell by the stars how they're misaligned down here that there's another card below. And on the back you can't really tell because you can tell up here the numbering has been cut off a little bit. Okay, 2021 Mosaic. Panini Mosaic debuts. You can see part of a card below here that's not supposed to be. This is Joe Adele. And here's the back of that one. Another Panini Mosaic insert. This is producer Eloy Jimenez. There's a little bit of a card to your left. And there's the back of that. That's a diamond cut. And here's one also from that same set, the V-Tools insert. There's nothing really to be seen on the front, but on the back you can sort of make out a little bit of something of the card below it right there. You can see it over here, here, and here. So really minor one there. All right, 2021 Panini Spectra neon green parallel of Yu Darvish. You can see portion of a card here, portion of a card here, and probably what is a fourth card there. And this one is also numbered 22 out of 25. The back is fine. So I have another example of this card that is not miscut, but with only 25 of them, it's kind of surprising to find a miscut amongst them. This is one I pulled myself from a pack on this channel. This is 2021 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. This is Enos Slaughter. This is a diamond cut miscut. And you can see a little bit of the card to your left up in the upper left corner. And there's what the back of that looks at. That's really neat looking. All right, here's a weird one. If I can get it out. This is 2021 Topps Opening Day uniform relic of Rafael Devers, but the back is wrong and it's miscut. You can see where the line is where the cutting should have been done. It actually says, "Congratulations, you have received a mascot autograph relic card," but on the front it's Rafael Devers and some of his uniform. Really weird one there. 2019 2021 Topps Pro debut, Jordan Westberg. Nothing going wrong on the front, but on the back you could see a white border along here and on this side too. So I don't know if that one was on the corner of the sheet, maybe. 2022 Bowman Chrome Prospects, Orelvis Martinez. You can see some of the card to the left, and there's some portion of the card up above. 2022 Bowman Chrome Black and White Mini Diamond Refractor of Javier Baez. You can see some of the card below. And this one is also numbered, and there's nothing I can see on the back. Numbered out of 199. I'm going to get the rest of these out, and we'll just work from them like that. 2022 Donruss Optic Matt Olson. A little bit of the card to the left. On the back looks fine. 2022 Top Stars of MLB Ronald Acuna Jr. You can see some of the card to the left there, and that's what the back of that looks like. 2022 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Tony Gwynn with another card below. And that one is Roger Clemens. 2022 Topps Gallery Rainbow Foil of TJ Friedl, showing a little bit of the card below. And you can sort of make that out on the back as well. '23 Topps Action Stars Insert. This is Shohei Ohtani. You can see it's cut off at the Angels, and you can sort of make out, it's kind of hard to see, you can sort of make out that there's a little bit of another card above. You see that line there? And the back of that one I think is fine. 2023 Topps Stars of MLB Brett Beatty. You see another card to your left. And there's the back of that. That's a diamond cut. 2024 Topps. This is Lance Lynn. Also a diamond cut, showing a card to your left. And there's the back of that. 2024 Topps Ronald Acuna Jr. and Ozzie Albies. You can see there's a portion of a card above. And there's the back of that. 2024 Topps Celebration of the Kid, Ken Griffey. A little bit of the card to the left up here and here. And there's the back, showing a little bit of the card up at the top. 2024 Topps Big League Electric Orange Quinn Priester, showing some of the card below. And there's some of the card to your right. 2024 Topps Chrome Andrew Saalfrank. You can see a portion of the card below. And there's the back of that. You can see there's like a little line here from the card next to it. Another 2024 Topps Chrome. This is a All-Star Game Creds Adley Rushman. And you can see a very little slither of the card below. And there's the back of that where you can clearly see some of the card to the right. Next one is Topps Holiday from 2024. This is Bryce Terang. You can see a little bit of the card above. And on the back, you can't really see another piece of anything. 2025 Bowman James Wood rookie card. You can see where it should have been cut here based on the design. It should have been cut right there. And there's the back of that. 2025 Finest. This is a checkerboard parallel of Marcus Semien. You can see where his legs end. There's supposed to be another card below. So it looks like they keep the checkerboard refractors all on one sheet. And you can see a little bit of the cut line for where they're supposed to make the cut. So they're still printing those on the borders in 2025. This is 2025 Topps. This is a Diamante foil, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a diamond cut. And you can see it's like out of there. There's a portion of the card up there. 2025 Topps 1990 design Tyler Locklear. You can see a big chunk of the card to the left and some of the card up above. And this was that was donated from one of my regular viewers that's interested in Miscuts as well. Connor Norby, another one, pretty cool. Here's a James Wood rookie card from the 90 design from 2025. You can see a little bit of the card to the left. This is an insert card from 2025, Topps Call to the Hall, Nolan Ryan, with a little bit of the card below and a little bit below there. And the last card is actually a weird one that I just came across, and this was intentionally designed this way. Harkens back to the way things really looked back in 1975. This is Cesar Cedeno, and this is actually an artist-made card called Gummy Arts. And they do have a website out there, but I don't think they have this available on the website anymore, and I bought this off of eBay. You can see they actually put in little creases into the design. It says Gummy Arts on the back. So here's an artist honoring the Miscut baseball card by making a Miscut baseball card on purpose. So that's the last card in this series. Hope you made it through the whole thing. We're almost up to an hour. That was a lot of cards, but it just goes to show you that quality control has been a problem in baseball card history going way back. And as you can see, I found one for every year from 1948 to the present. I don't have one from every one of the Topps flagship base set cards. There were a few years I'm missing from those, but someday I hope to find all those eventually. I don't know. I'm going to probably try to find as many as I can from sets I still don't have miscuts for. So I'm always on the lookout for those. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And yay, 500th YouTube video. I can't believe I've been on here this long to make 500 videos. It's hard to imagine. Time really flies. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a beep beep down in the comments section. And I forgot to introduce you to Omar the Orange Monster and Grimace. And there's Nathan, our local gnome. Boop, boop, boop. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Beep, beep, everybody. Take care.